the Emperor!
Hello and welcome everyone. Also, thank you so much, Zen. That will bring me so much closer to the next drop off once again. And yeah, it is Thursday again. Feels like the week has gone by at an insanely fast pace. But it being Thursday, that means we continue with the Ace Attorney Trilogy like usual. We are starting to be, getting very close to the end of the first game. So we are at the ending parts of the fourth case. There should be the fifth case, since that's a case added to the first game since the DS release or Wii release. I think the DS came first and then it came on the Wii. Regardless, it has been added since then, so it should be in this trilogy as well, since it has been in the other versions. And that's most likely going to take a few go-aheads as well. But let's get started. Yeah, I had to quickly hide the Elgato there. I was surprised that they didn't showcase before I actually pressed on the visibility. I did use it earlier today, so it should have had the no signal state from the beginning. And I can actually leak a thing here. On the Pokemon 25th anniversary date, I did tweet that the Live Index for Generation 4 would be waiting until the remakes. It won't. I can't. I need more space in Go, so I'm starting it. And I'm 25% done from a single session of pruning. And good God, I'm losing my voice again, but let's continue. I have no idea why do I start losing my voice at, well, the evenings, worse than any other time. But never mind that, let's continue. Golden face. I need to stop that. Meaningful pause. Why? You can make all the predictions you want, even if I would be fast clicking as fast as I could. It's not going to be done in 3 minutes. Yeah, come on. You You may have high praises of yourself, but it's not going to go that fast. What about the name? You are still supposed to say name and profession, even though, well, we'll get to that soon. Well, it's good to raise an objection for that. But you are supposed to ask him. The name... the name could have a lot of relevance to the case. At least for the bookkeeping, it has, for certain. And there we go. But to be honest, that's more than just not remembering the couple of years. Unless you define it being that that was a blank spot, you started with completely nothing. It is a very, very rare type of memory loss. It does sometimes happen, but usually there is always enough. Well, usually. I should just leave it at that. Usually there is enough of recollection so that people can know their name. They can remember skills, for example. And they can start building up the lost pathways from that. And one fun way, and yes, a fun way, to actually discover spies, which still it works. There's nothing that can be done to negate it. Is that if someone suffers from amnesia or just a blow to their head, and when they wake up, there will be some sort of grumbles, some sort of communications. If it's a foreign language, then you can be certain, oh, this one is most likely a spy. And that's a very used tactic. They legit, in some cases, try to knock out people just to make sure that when they woke up, what language will they start speaking? So that, like, going on about it, knocking people out for that is not a good idea, because you can cause a false positive with that as well. But when it happens naturally, then it's a good way to find out. There is a lot. For instance, there was no defining who the man that went by the window was. A comma. Yep. 10 seconds. Like, Karma's arrogance has broken meters from arrogance meters from miles and miles away. Like, they needed to define a new scale of arrogance just for karma. And that's him having a fit. Yep. And your prediction was false, Simon. Yeah, that's taking advantage of someone's status. And yeah. Also, I'm surprised that that wasn't the case. Hey, did you just say it was past 12? Wouldn't that mean it's the Christmas day instead of see that whole shit again? It's a good one. It's a good one. It actually has been referenced in TV shows, and they, in some of them at least, they agree that yes, it's based on this case. Well, parrot, yes, and that's. So we'll just let that slide. I have a feeling that did Karma actually train his bad mental state to respond to snaps? It's not that hard to do, and you can do it relatively quick with people. You can actually do it quicker with people than with animals, even if they resist. You just have to find the right tricks in order to how to do it. And if you have access to surgical equipment and some biotech, it becomes even easier. Let's just leave it at that. Wait, what? Really? Where did you get the coupon? Like, to begin with it sounded stupid, but where did you get it? Also, now that you're back, I don't get the thing you said when you subscribed. Yeah, I do remember that. And I do remember, like, it's a bad coupon. 30% off is not much. Like, legitimately, I usually get coupon offers. And that's when I go to get some food. They are at least 50% off. Oh, but then there's the magic word. You tried it using on a deal. Coupons always state that you cannot discount a discounted price. So no, the coupon was not a scam. It was you not reading the fine print. I thought that it was from like some shady business that tried to get your like credentials by making you order. What? Gave you a better deal? So yeah, that's Yeah, that sounds legit what I told you. There was an offer, and you used the coupon, so it was like, oh, that's great, you can get this pizza at a discounted price, and then it gives you 30% of the normal price. Yeah, but then there's a difference. There is the deal price, and then there's the coupon price. So you use the coupon price, not the deal price. And then, to be honest, you were the fool if you paid for that. You could have just said fuck them and not use it. That's a ridiculous price. Yeah, they're good then. Yeah, that's how you should respond to it. Because to begin with, like 20 euros, does that include the delivery even? Because 20 euros is something that you would pay for a delivered pizza back home. Over here, the delivery is like 5 euros. So, yeah. So you can still get past 20 euro pizzas easily. But that's over here. There, everything seems to be way cheaper, so. Well, the fact that our defendant got out of the boat and in front of the shack doesn't incriminate him from the get-go. And the fact that you heard them saying, "I can't believe he's dead," would mean that he was either completely crazy and should be institutionalized for the murder, or that something else happened. No one just kills someone with a completely sane mind and goes, "Oh, I can't believe they're dead." A premeditated murder is a murder. Accidental murder is not a murder. And delusional murder is a murder, but that's, yeah, you should be institutionalized, not put into prison. I can't believe he's dead is not someone that someone with premeditated murder would ever say. Okay, so let's press on that statement because I accidentally skipped it. Wanted to press the press, but I accidentally pressed go on. This face. The eyes I find very disturbing. And there he goes. It is decisive that, yeah, Edgeworth was there, but I thought that's already proven. Not proving that he did it. Well, to be honest, if you didn't cross-examine, the case would have been just done at that point. So you can't say that was a genius trap. Also, in real life, court procedures can never have traps. Evidence needs to be filed in advance. Both parties need to agree on them and need to study them. Only traps that there can be, and even some of those will be stated like removed from being a factor, can happen when someone's taking a stand. And let's say they have a specialist. They first ask the person on the stand about something, and after that they have the specialist tell the court did that make any sense or not. That's the only kind of actual traps that can be used. You cannot mislead like completely anyone understand, or put them into a corner in a direct manner. You can do it indirectly, and that's what good lawyers do. Good at their job, not good morally, because it's against the moral of the law. But it gets results. And always raise an objection. But if Edgeward would have wiped the prints, why would he made more prints with the wrong hand? We'll just keep raising objections. Yeah, but that man saying is not evidence in that case. Like, it's funny how every time the prosecutors use this as a weapon against you, but they don't have to go by the rules. It always happens like that. I have a feeling that there were shorter cases than 15 minutes for Karma. And yeah, I think the witness has already left the stand a while ago. Not physically, but mentally. There is so many things that can be misinterpreted here. Like, there are many things that has not been studied even, but under these circumstances it's kind of acceptable in this case that they are not. Oh, we lost. How could this happen? We actually lost. And this is the funny thing. This will go to a higher court. So in the end, none of this mattered. Well. But wait. It's Larry again! Yeah, Larry just ran into the scene once more. But if this was to be the real world, that would be it. The verdict has already been given, so it's too late. But on the other hand, the judge didn't hammer the gavel. But on the other hand, it's not actually necessary. Judge saying that someone has been declared guilty is good enough. The hitting of the gavel is not needed. It's just to emphasize things. But it's still in the spirit of the law, since that not has been done, it can be taken back. He has been in the audience, so he legit leapt from the stands down into the court and ran into the place. Most likely running over the sweeping man. Because you would think that they didn't have enough time to drag him out. Is it? And he's been a judge for a long time. That's surprising. Yeah, the karma is right in a manner. That if the judgment has been given, that should be it. Only if it wouldn't be Larry. Yeah. No, Larry can't make anything worse, since making something worse would be making it worse than giving Edgeworth the guilty judgment, which he already gotten. Okay, maybe in essence Larry could cause some sort of foolery that would give both him and Edgeworth a penalty for obstructing justice, but let's say everything would be over if they didn't try, so that wouldn't be a situation of actually making things worse. It would be just expected. Karma would most likely force there to be a statement of obstruction of justice on the defense's part, regardless what anything has happened or not. Yeah. And that is a good statement. That is the job of the judge. He's calling the call, and he realizes that he might have been way too hasty at this. So, it is a right call to make. And this is a very nonsensical thing. They're being a witness, and only it's always the same. The prosecution gets to talk to them. They get all the contacts, they get all the information, and that's it. when the witnesses should be a completely neutral party that would be there for the judgment, for truth, actual fair trial. So they shouldn't, even if they would be friends or enemies of the accused, they should be kept as a neutral party that would just advance the proceedings, give more evidence, give character evidence, because in many places in the US, many states, character evidence has a lot to do with the trials. Even though in most cases that's kind of bullshit. And it's funny how when there are cases that 3 people have been detained and there's an order that one of them has to be the murderer, it goes completely on character evidence. So yeah. So framing someone in those states can be ridiculously easy. Well, it was close. What do you mean, seen worse? And that's the thing, it's odd how Larry never said anything about the entire case when we know that he was at the park in the night. Not the exact times, but still. In a boat in the same park where the murder happened. So he might actually know something. Or does he? Also, US, switch around. What is this? Is it actually just a plain flag? What? On the other side we can't really see, but I think that's just a round ball, so that would be the Japanese flag. These I can't even see the shapes. That is a question you should have asked earlier. In what sort of state can you be? Like, that's the type of behavior I could only understand if you would have some weapon training. There have been a shot, you see a weapon, pick up the weapon, defend. Or attack. But if you're someone who hasn't fired a gun before, you shouldn't have an instinct to go and pick it up. Especially if you see it smoking and know that it's just been fired. You don't want to pick it up. Because picking up a warm gun, especially if you're untrained, can lead to you getting burned. There are way too many guns out there that legit burn if you just handle them wrong. Even after a single shot. Yeah, there are some. Then there are some which you can legitimately fire for thousands and thousands of times in a row. And only then it starts to burn when actually grabbed. Yeah. I know actually full lines of guns that actually explode on the first time they are used. they are meant to just fire one shot. But since usually that even that fails, you actually might get more injured than the person you're firing at. And yeah, here we get the oof. Why the witnesses have not been perfectly prepared this time, neither have the evidence. Yeah, that should actually take Kama way more off of his game. If this is the first time ever he actually has to go into something blindly. Yeah, there will be a million holes. It's Larry after all. But just milking for the time is not good enough. It should be milked for the result. And the result wanted would be not guilty. So... And everyone seems to forget that this is a second day of the trial already. First day just went by. I also find it so confusing. And I know that because it's meant to be in Japan, so it makes a lot more sense that places are like actually operational on Christmas and right after. But imagine it pretty much anywhere else. There is a huge window from like Christmas Eve to like the third day after Christmas before places start to like operate like they should. And even then it might most likely have some clunkiness to it, which will go on until New Year, and it will take the like day after New Year's Day the things start rolling, and the day after that they are actually rolling how they should. I just say the commercialism and holidays and everything has a huge effect how the world works. But it seems to be the same everywhere I've seen. I just say I'm glad that I haven't been traveling during Christmas. Single shot. Yeah. Even for this court. Let me actually take that. Well, the trial can backpedal and make it more clear that it was Edgeworth, but it won't change the result even if it would backpedal. That's actually a good thing. Wow, Buzz actually has a time. something and found it. Although we know what it is, it was made clear last episode. No, it's not irrelevant. So who knows that Larry could be an agent looking for the actual murderer? Or something. Or he could be looking for junk or objects under the water, and then would have actually found a body or something. It has relevance what the witness was doing. They could have been looking for Gordy, and that would have relevance. And yeah, it goes. Funnily enough. Well, with that hair you could easily be. But even if you would be, what good is a sundial when there is no sun? Like, sundials are the most inefficient ways to measure time in this country. Because most of the year they could not tell anything at all. Most of the year. But yeah, there were some smart people who figured out that when they look at a barn and when it casts a shadow, it's approximately that or that time, depending on where the shadow reached. But like actual sundials, they were extremely rare. Because most of the time there is no sun to actually make it work. And the shadows work way differently during the summer and winter when there is sun. But it's normal for both times of the year that the sun just doesn't appear. And yeah, that's another good point. Didn't see a boat. Yeah, but even if it would sort of be revealed that there was no boat, that would be just more confusing. Because there is a photo, there is an actual photo evidence which proves that there was a boat. And it proves when the boat was there as well. Single gunshot. Oops, I did it again. Single. Oh, wrong button. And skipperoonie because I keep pressing all buttons. We want to present. I think we present the gun because fire 3 times. Nope, I'm wrong. Shit. Now what was it actually that I needed to present? Dang it, I need to remember. Oh. Wait. Hold on a second. Didn't we have a... There we go, actually got it open. Oh yeah, this is the thing I needed to post. So, whoopsie. Oh, it actually... I thought it jumped at the start. No, wrong button! Ah! How do I keep messing it up so? We're gonna be here the whole day. Okay, single, and we represent the actual thing. Because this says the magical word 2 sounds like gunshot. There we go. Define that much. Also, welcome. This. Are you going to call the manager, Buzz? Do you need to talk to someone higher up? It's freaking mine. Yep, hey customer, in the court of law. That's usually what the accused is called. But how, you might have missed them, Buzz. And there you go, listening to something else. Yep, radio on the headphones. Yep. There's the thing. It makes sense in a game-wise, but in reality, you cannot get headphones to be that loud that you wouldn't hear a gunshot. In the city, I know for the fact that I constantly need the headphones, so my ears don't bleed with all the constructions. When they're actually banning on something, even though I have set the headphones so they create anti-sound, it doesn't help if they like really hammer something. I can still hear that. It will be awake, but I still hear it, even like far, far away. Yeah, that's a kind of important piece of evidence that should have been in the explanation earlier. Well, but it should not be under prosecution. Do they accept it or not? If they are found to honestly being there, it should be accepted. It's just something that, well, nothing was gained from it, so... And of course, we need to continue because it's the only thing we have. Come on, that goes to you. Hello, Phoenix. I know your pain. Well, what can I say? Yeah, you're right on that, Buns. So I find it so odd that there would be a request show on Christmas Eve, just when it's turned into Christmas Day. And this actually reminds me of something, which I have to play. Hold on a second.
For the love of Azura, can't a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here!
I can imagine Boss saying that. Yeah, well, he usually doesn't have any idea what's going on. But that would make it even more confusing how he heard a one shot. If it would be something confused in the audio. And even if he didn't hear anything, he was there. He could have seen something no one thinks about.
Objection!
Hello, Milky. Yeah, it is a Gerard for sure, but Wright has no options here. Oh, so this. It's sad, but there are so many people in this exact situation right now, and have been for the past year. And it will go on for an update time. Maybe after summer things will start being a bit better. But there's a thing that restrictions cannot be taken out until it's completely over, or it will be there again. So yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't. Like, last Christmas I was alone as well. And it was actually quite a chill experience. I did get a Christmas dinner next day, and sadly my time was very strict, so I couldn't enjoy it fully as I wanted to. But at least I did get one Christmas dinner. I'm used to getting multiple. But like, well, stores couldn't have them now for obvious reasons. Family couldn't have them for obvious reasons. So yeah. And well, it's just a normal state for buds to be in. Slippery situation, so let's just say. And this is actually true. The only case where it would actually come into effect would that if the show could be like listened into later on to verify the timings when if the witness would remember that the DJ said exact this thing when it happened, so you would know the exact time of something happening. But Okay. I don't see a relevance to that. The game did have an update, like what was it? 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. It was a major update. They changed names and multiple names of items in a way that if they had the word off, so the O would be in non-capitalized letters. Yes, I do mean TF2. A huge update. They changed the name of like 5 items. It was a ridiculous thing to read. I only know this because I saw the download list at TF2 and it actually had some data to be changed. Normally when it's there it's just because Steam makes 0 megabyte updates. I think they are most likely like a check, and I keep pressing that accidentally. No, that's actually a very good question, because now would come the effect of needing to know the name of the show, and then go into the records when the thing was said, so you would know the exact time when a gunshot went by. And that could be compared to the picture of the gunshot. So are they different? Would we know the second, like the exact timing of both gunshots, or only one? Wait, so you're going to the barber soon? I actually haven't been to the barber for a year now. And I'm actually like liking the fact that my hair is long, that I can actually put it back. It gets in the way sometimes, like showers take way longer now because of it. But it's something different. I did just had to relent, and I shaved like almost all of my beard off. I was at the dentist yesterday, so it helped the procedure so if I didn't have the beard. No, Judge, you are both being fooled. We should care, because the timings. I still kept some of the beard. I only cut most of it out, like all on the cheeks. I did retain some, like a tuft below the jawline, but yeah, cheeks I cut off. And I did that 2 days ago, and if I now feel my cheeks, I can feel that there's a heavy, like a strong stubble there already. Like my beard grows fast to a certain length. Well, then grow a beard. There are ways to do it, but like if you want a beard, the best thing to do is just have it normally. Just let it grow. It will be there if it will be. There are some people who can't grow the beard at all, but in those cases it's just well, no can do. Same with hair. Everyone has a maximum length of hair. Like even if I would leave my hair growing for the next 10 years, there is a maximum limit they can grow. I don't think my hair can grow much like longer than it's right now, Because I have the feeling that this might be my max limit. There have been studies that everyone has a certain max limit. Toe and fingernails, on the other hand, those don't have a limit. If you can keep them so they don't break, you can actually keep growing them at insane lengths. And there have been so many record holders, and some of them really like had to twist them into bundles. It's actually disgusting how to think like how can they live their lives with them when they could grow that long. And it's something that will just eventually be broken off. And yeah, you have your name in the book for as long as the next person who starts doing that and can keep it up going longer. Which actually reminds me, I don't have this year's Guinness. I was used to that. I got them as a Christmas present for every year. In the last couple, I got money to my account to buy them. Last Christmas I didn't, so I didn't buy it. And I haven't seen them on clearances. I need to actually check up on that when I go to near a bookstore next time. I don't know. Well, that is one thing which I was considering, like how do they do that? Even if you would have some sort of automatic bidet, operating the buttons would be hard. Then, how did I proceed on this one? Because... oh wait... oh, remember when I said about the timings? The picture... so that was actually a case. That was actually the case. I didn't just imagine it. It actually is a thing in this case. I completely forgot. Where is it? Yeah, second leg photo. The timing matches. It's not Christmas yet. No, what? Wait. Oh, you're going to the barber now. Okay, see you later, Mickey. Wait, did I actually meant to show the other picture? I'm actually doing quite badly if that's the case. Yeah, I think I was supposed to showcase the other picture. And then it becomes a contradiction. And that leads into the other things. Well, I'm not going to lose the case yet, but... yeah, there we go. I need to showcase this one. Yep, almost Christmas meaning it wasn't Christmas. And again, we go into the pedantics, but this time it actually has meaning. I still don't get, like, how did this picture even got taken? Like, there is no way that the camera took the picture when the gun was fired. Like, because the flash should have already been over when the sound hits the camera and makes it trigger. Even if it would trigger and take the picture immediately as it triggers, the flash would have been all over already. The bullet would have gone past. Well, let's not go into that. And there you go. Stating on the looks of people when you look extremely suspicious. I think he's right. The gun. It was fired 3 times. Oh, I just noticed something, but way too late. So I'm not gonna mention it, because I can't showcase it. But let's just say, if you go a few seconds back, you notice something funny. In the screen. Not on sound. Well, yes, everyone has said so far that they heard twice. And well, there is the second photo, which I tried to present before. It should be the right one for this. Yeah, there we go. I presented the photos in wrong order. Well, technically I tried to skip a step here, which you cannot do with these games, but my memory is not that complete. In a way, I'm playing these, like actually playing them again. So I can't just remember everything by heart. Well, it should. To begin with, the gun states it's been fired 3 times. The gun has not been seen in the possession of the accused, so it has been fired at least 3 times. Which expectedly, the one shot was to kill the victim. What were the 2 others? Now the timing of one of those shots is public. Well, I bet this has made lots of your brain sticking. And yeah, there is a similarity here. At least most likely. And yeah, that's the thing. Phoenix is totally right. You can't go worse. The guilty verdict has already been given. So safety should be thrown out of the window. Well, that is what the defense is trying to prove. Well, that is not proven though, even though it's very likely. But it was never proven that Robert Hammond fell into the lake. Robert Hammond could have been in the lake for hours, far as it's known. The autopsy doesn't say exactly when they died. Only to know that they haven't been there for days, because, well, bodies, especially in the living waters, they get bad fast. The amount of rotten bodies I've seen in waters. Ugh. Funny enough, they don't usually have that much of an effect in the water surrounding them. Unless there's a lot of them. Yep, Phoenix has a good hunch. It's not the only way. There could also be the way that that second shot was, well, pointless. But the fact that the victim had been killed in another location prior and just brought to the lake, that's also a thing. But Phoenix has a very good hunch. Well, if it would be Murder and Hammond, how did Edward get out of the boat? If it would be Edward and the murderer, it would make sense that there would be two and then just one. Because the other one just jumped off. If it's Edward and Hammond, that means it's... well, Edward did it. So the solution should be Edward and the murderer. Well, that goes a bit far, don't you think, Judge? Well, what bonus? What are you on about? What are you on about then? Are you doing your random things again? But yeah, if we just say it's Miles, I know it's not the case, but it should be that it just blanks out and you lose. Saying it was water, it's just nonsensical. Like, her position has been proven already. So we just have to say that we don't know, because how the hell could we know? But the Phoenix has a good hunch who to blame at this very moment. So I bet some of you already caught on who it could be. And there we go. Who proves that? And that's also a very good thing. Like a very obvious thing to say. Like, why would you go all the way to the lake just to shoot someone? I find it being a very bad spot. Because if you would just want to kill someone and you would take them on the boat, aim the gun at them, you know what the other one could do? They could just fall off the edge and make the boat turn around and both of you are in the water. You will lose your gun. It will sink. There's no way you can keep holding the gun at that point. And oh, you might actually drown. And the one you want to kill gets away. I'm not going to say when that thing happens. I know you're referring a picture, but I'm not going to say when that's going to happen. You just have to see. Well, we can only estimate that it took place right here.
Objection.
I just find that animation a bit humorous for some reason. Like, I could just imagine myself playing at this, like this being a map where you just control the boat and really do nothing. There are so many games that suddenly have a minigame like that. For no reason. But it's funny enough that when you think that originally the game was out on GBA, then we have DS, Switch, 3DS. No, what am I saying? Not Switch, Wii. So, GBA, DS, Wii, 3DS, and then other consoles. But every one of them had a D-pad. And there weren't, like, things to do with the D-pad. I find that a bit odd. Like, I would have thought the game to have movement like it's in the investigation, where you actually walk around. I'm happy that they didn't put it in, because in many occasions that gets frustrating with the investigation game. Oh, but the first one, I'm in the last case of the first one. I really need to finish up that at some point. But I've been told that the last episode in that is insanely long. And I feel like I'm just scratching the surface on that, so... it might take a while. And I was optimistic a couple of weeks ago and thinking, yeah, I'm going to complete it on the weekend. Bullshit, I didn't have any time to play. That face. He became Robert Hammond. I just like that, the way it's said. Yeah, like it's taken in all seriousness, but I cannot take it seriously. It is like saying that the karma devoured his accent to gain its power. It's one of the funniest running jokes in my opinion. Yeah. Well, of course it was the boat shop ticket, because if we say Edgeworth, that means, oh, he's just guilty. So, look at this. This doesn't look like the boat owner at all. That looks like someone in way heavier and well, let's just say someone in way better condition than the boat shop owner. Well, that should be obvious. To create a witness, he needed to gather attention. If there would only be one shot, no one in most likelihood would have been watching. Shooting twice, people look after the first one. Although the pistol should have been shot in the air to make it a bit better for people to actually look around in that direction. But then again, if you do the warning shot by raising the pistol and shooting up, that's the point when people not in shock notice that, oh, they can just punch you in the face to make sure that you cannot fire a second time. Or at least not to fire in their direction. But what would have the murderer done if Edgeworth would have just dropped the gun into the water, or picked up the gun and shot at him, or just taken the boat and gotten out somewhere else? He would have never been connected to the case at all. Everyone's silent. It's funny how Edgeworth hasn't been talked to that much during the trial at all. Like, this would have been beneficial for everyone to know from the get-go. But it's only asked now. But that's not doing you any favors, Edgeworth. Disappeared. How? That's way too quickly. Yep, the final day allowed. And funnily enough, by the backward logic how the trial system works in this universe, if the boat, like the rental boat shop owner is not found, Edgeworth would most likely be trialed as guilty, even though all evidence now point against him, against him being the actual murderer, especially since the one accused by the defense slipped away. It would make them very suspicious, to say the least. But yeah, sadly there have been cases like this in real life as well, where someone just had to be put in prison to pay for crimes that someone did, even though it's known that it cannot be in them. Sadly, some of the cases have been so high priority that they still claim that the party arrested was the one doing it. I would like to remind that, let's just say a certain presidential assassination, 3 people were jailed for being guilty, and 2 of them were killed because of that, and still they claim all of them were guilty, even though only one person could have been the one to do it. Well, meaning that only one person could have done it, because there was only one shot. Well, you got out of the guilty verdict now, but I say the more difficult part is ahead. Yeah, that's a sad thing, but it's reality. They seem to always be on the wire, like way too close on the wire, every time. But to be honest, if they weren't, the games wouldn't be that interesting. You wouldn't have that much agency to do things. That's why, even though it's been tried by many to make some sort of attorney simulator, it's not gonna happen because it would be very, very boring. And well, but to be honest, they did say same about a customs officer. But then we got Papers, Please. But to be honest, it's not a simulation. It's actually a stylized storytelling device. No, it doesn't. Yep, it's not. Edgeworth, you know that, especially when there is a time limit, you need to tell or it's not ever going to be possible to happen. Just say it. Bum bum bum. Now, this is a bit of an annoying thing. It has been an hour and a half. There's going to be an investigation and a trial. Because I do want... I think I should be able to go past the investigation part without making the stream that much extra long. But the trial would have to be left for the next time. At least. Let's see, can I actually get past the investigation or not? I don't remember the investigation itself being that long. But I can't remember the exact steps I need to go by, so that might be a bit troublesome as well. But yeah. And Butts is back. Well, after the Karen statement he had last, has a lot to explain. Yeah, but for the wrong reasons. Yep. No, you don't want to do better than that, because that would be death. And I'm going to take that. Bots is a character for certain. Well, let's talk to him. Um, believing in bots has always proven wrong, so it would be crazy if Phoenix would actually mean him. But yeah, on top of everything, you made Maya sad. Edgy boy. But that was back then. And the music that's so rarely used. I don't even remember what's it called. Past memories, something like that. And of course, Bots has forgotten all about it. Class trial. And this is actually a beginning of an entire different series, which was all about class trials. And shooting imaginary guns and especially imaginary bullets out of them. But let's not go into that. I don't think I'll be playing that game on stream ever. I don't even know when I'm going to play the game myself. It was spoiled by the anime, so... And on top of that, I hate that there needs to be a freaking DDR things and... Hangman's Gambit. Like, those mechanics kind of ruined the game. And I find that very odd. Like, monthly? It's kind of nonsensical. Like, what happens if you don't get to eat at the school for one day? I find it way more sensible that it would be every day kids need to bring their lunch money. Or a lunch. And $38. How is that divided? Like, it's a lot. Like, you can directly change $1 to euro, even though €1 is worth way more, but it makes it way more accurate with the prices over here. And it has been stated in a public record that students, like food, cost under €2 per student. It's cheaper than prison food. Divide $38 for an average amount of school days per month. That's a bit shocking, isn't it? Why did the teacher agree to this? Because it's just everyone yelling at Phoenix. that he is the one. It's not a trial. And what would the apologizing do? If he legit did it, what would him just apologizing do? He should be giving out the money, or his parents should be called that. Oh, your kid stole money, you better pay up, make him return it, or something like that. I've seen way too many cases when someone actually steals or breaks someone's property, and especially when it's directly money, and everyone knows that, oh, that guy stole 50 euros from that other kid, and the school just goes, well, you have to say that you're sorry about this. They never force them to pay back. I know in some cases like they legit cannot return the money because they have already spent them, but there's nothing like, hey, return the money, pay it back or something. No, you just say sorry, and oh, you just stole money and you got away by it by saying sorry. Thanks, school. But that's true. Miles has been the only sensible one in that class. That's just the sad truth that always happens. And the one being picked on has to pay for others picking on them. Just how schools work. So just casually the teacher just goes, okay, I pay back. I can understand that having the attorney's kids' money being stolen is not something you want to publicize. You want to hide it from the parents, I guess, so you wouldn't go into shame, but this trial is a charade. Teacher should have never agreed to it. They never did anything in it. I had no idea what was going on. I forgot all about it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that Butch really didn't even understand what happened. It was just something that happened. He just spoke his mind without thinking like usual. And yeah. After the trial, it's a shame that you legit cannot advance in your career in IRL, being a defense attorney. Because, like in the game, in real life, the systems are always stacked to benefit the prosecutors. Judges get paid and valued by how many judgments they have given. Guilty judgments, not guilty judgments. Prosecutors get ranked on how many accused they got and prosecuted. How many guilty verdicts they have caused. Defense attorneys, they are stuck. They are in a system where both parties, the judges and the prosecutors, benefit for working together. Dark Demon Attorney. It's not the edgy, you know. Also, I completely forgot that bot's actually using edgy as I have come to known to use. That's a very odd reason to decide a career. But also, just being a defense attorney wouldn't force the situation that you would be in opposition. But there have been the other things which have stated for Phoenix wanting to be a defense attorney. I find this one being the most what the fuck out of them. Next game has a lot of it. Oh no! Oh, it was in the third one, I think. Yeah, not the second one, the third one. I think it was in the third one. Anyway, or was it the second one? I can't remember which one had the trials. And what did you do with the evidence? We have lost some evidence. I like it in a way that if you cannot follow completely and have to guess your way, it's easier. You won't be stuck that badly. Because I know there has to be people who make a save and they just have to brute force everything. So they can actually still advance the story and know the story. So they take away the rest of the evidence. But it always happens in a way that, oh, I'm just going to get rid of some of the evidence we don't need and just toss away. Like, how do you know you are not going to need them? How? There's no way he can know that. And yeah, it's already been apparent that I need to leave I'm losing the words I'm trying to say. The examination, the studying part, I need to leave that incomplete as well. But let's continue for a second more at least. I'm just gonna quickly check one thing. actually a couple of things. But yeah, so let's continue. And well, we wanted to go to the, well, we have to go through the lake entrance. But we are going to the Boulder and Door shop. And look, it's Gumshoe. How do you snap a tie in half? Like, do you mean that you were stretching the collar of it, so you broke it off? That I can understand, but saying that you snapped a tie in half, it just sounds pretty odd. And zoom, there he goes. And he's back. Yeah, I would be very concerned if the park ranger didn't have any, like, any notice after a case like this. But the park ranger cannot stop people from going into the woods when it's an open area. Camping is a different thing though. I guess that, like, I can actually see this being in, like, happening in real life. There is an area, a park, where you are not allowed to camp. The park rangers have been doing nothing. They have been sitting on their laurels. There comes a public case which draws attention, and they're like, oh shit, there was someone camping, and it's now known by everyone. We are keeping everyone out so we can clear our name. Everyone stay out, stay out. But the law states we are allowed to be here. No, no, you're not. Because that's how things usually go. Like, there are like stations like park rangers stating that they will just do what they please because they have authority. You're going against it even if you would have with the complete legal law like behind you, and you're doing correct. There are way too many occasions where they would just see, like, look at the, you are correct, but the park ranger says this, and we trust them more than you. So we cannot trust that you were doing everything legally, even though we have the law book here stating so, because you are just a random person. This is the park ranger. So, I go to the beach. And I just wonder, like, this boat could have just been skipped. If they would make so that in this day you would go directly from anywhere you want to go to the boat rental shop, because the other places are useless. But oh well. They want to keep the continuity. It's admirable, but it gets a bit annoying that you have to go through extra places when you don't need to. Crossberg, what are you doing here? I never understood that. When you start thinking about it, it makes no sense. to the system, he would not be right, even if it would be all states looking that he is not guilty. If the other party would not be named to be guilty, they are going to be said to be guilty because the legal system is bogus and allows only 3 days for everything for some reason. And then we are going to move again, so we actually get inside. How many steps we had to go through? Polly reacted without anyone saying their name. Well, let's examine. Does the trash can hold any secrets? This week. This week. Also, I pointed at the trash can. And you talked about the TV. What about the fishing pole? It actually looks very average. And hold on a second, I'm actually going to... I'm not going to be able to display it very easily. But I actually got an image of a fish yesterday. It's a very large one. There is a matchbox to like compare it to, and I can see from the picture that it's taken from a specific place back home. It was very hard to recognize, but the features are enough. The amount of snow is ridiculous, but that's on the other hand. But the fish is ridiculously large. The matchbox is smaller than its head. It's really fat, and I'm like, how did it even fit from the hole? Because of course they were ice fishing, it's winter. Go around, you can't say that. Pink Princess is awesome. Yeah, I have seen you. And to be honest, I'm tired as well. But yeah, I should actually get this picture somewhere because this fish is huge. I just find it a bit annoying that I can't partake onto that fish since I'm not going home this weekend. It looks delicious. And yeah, my eyes. I don't know. Can it even be? Like technicality, would be just go into stealing, but there is no legal term. If you would think like you are forcing an exchange on someone, when like you take something and leave something in return. With stores, there is actually a legal term for it, and the cases how it's handled depends on how wrong that exchange is. But if you would just go to someone's house, see that they have a fishing pole, take it and leave a metal detector instead, there is no legal word for it. You would most likely just be trialed for forced entry and then theft, even though you left something in exchange. It should have a legal term of its own. It should not be allowed, but it should have a legal term. But it doesn't. And that's the entire thing. Or he's just delirious. Hey, but to be honest, if these would be on scale, if this would be an A3 paper, the fish in the photo, it's not the same species, but it's approximately the same size in that case. And after that, if you know what size A3 paper is, you would start to understand why that fish seems so insane. Especially since it was just fished out of the hole. Like, I'm used to seeing people actually getting large fish when they are pole fishing. But ice hole fishing? The hole has a limit. Although I have been there sometimes. When someone has caught a fish that big, they needed to cut the hole bigger to get the fish out. But in these occasions, no, it fitted out from the hole. At least that's what I was told. I haven't heard anyone else saying, but the fish is there, so that's proof. Yeah, you can't just kidnap a pet, but it shouldn't be just left alone. It should be put on the pan with some oil and garlic. Well, since we forced our way in here, there is the safe. Also, it's way bigger here than it's here, because that's... Hold on a second. I actually have a safe like that. It shouldn't even be called a safe. It's more a locked deposit box. But not even deposit box, but a locked box. Made of metal. Many people had one of these. I was not like really wanted one. After my grandma was giving one as a gift, and I actually got one. Back in the day, I kept my money in it. Nowadays, it's mostly like it's filled with some old coins, which I haven't put with the others, like with the other money collected, and old cards. Like there's some old SIM cards, bus card waiting that I would renew it at some point, old bank cards, stuff like that. I like to collect them since they are not going to do anything bad when they are being way expired and never leave my possession. And Maya is sad that she can't steal money. Well, this is criminal. I don't remember what's that called, but if someone... Oh, it actually might go into forced entry. Even though it's not a location, it's something wanted to, that has been wanted to kept locked, and you open it without allowance. It might actually go into forced entry. A letter C for cranberries. I will never get over that joke. It doesn't look like handwritten to me from this one. Revenge on my let's but immediately you would like, oh, decisive evidence. Well, it sounds very decisive evidence, doesn't it? Last chance. Yeah, that's a bit too perfect if you start to think about it. Yeah, they seem a pretty clear instructions, don't they? It is an amazing clue indeed. Well, finally it has been added to the court record. Even though it hasn't been to the court yet. Hmm. Why did they even have the letter to begin with? Like, that's such a piece of damning evidence. You shouldn't trust it to a safe box. Especially when you know that the parrot will tell anyone the password if they ask for it. Like, it was a witness when we were last here. Maya actually asked the parrot, "What's the password to the safe?" and the parrot replied. So yeah, real fishy, ain't it? So I'm a bit surprised that I'm seeing certain someone in a voice call instead of, well, starting their own stream, because I was kind of expecting to raid them. Oh well, we'll continue until they actually start, so I think that's all we actually get from here, at least by what memory serves and what I can see. But where was the next place? Well, we have to start by getting out. And out. And out. And then we can go. I think we needed to talk to Edgy Boy. Then I'm actually going to need to... Oh. Never mind. I think it was figured out. Yep, it was figured out. Good, good. Yeah, going into the lunch money story. Yeah, Edgewood at least remembers the story, but it should be obvious that that didn't have that much of an effect on him. Yeah, that's accurate. What do you mean ridiculous? Yeah, he is simple. Let's just keep it at that. He is simple. Perhaps. And let's present a badge. Oh, Edward cannot help us being an attorney. Oh, well, why prosecute? Well, to be honest, that should be enough. It should be just accepting the situation. If you want to advance in career in law, you need to be under prosecution or judge. But the case is that you're not supposed to defend criminals. You're supposed to defend the ones that are actually innocent. There is a huge difference. Yani Yogi. Yogi! Hey, Babu. Well, it makes sense. Like, your brain cannot function. Like, how was it? It's like a few seconds? Not even few, like seconds before it's like you're like reaching, not getting oxygen, that it starts failing, and failing bad. And I bet some of you are immediately going, oh, but I can hold my breath for X amount of time. Yeah, your brain is still receiving oxygen. You're just holding your breath, so your body is not getting any new. There still will be oxygen running in your system for a while, but eventually, well, you just have to take a breath, or you pass out, and then you breathe. There's no way you can actually die by not breathing, because you will breathe automatically when you faint, if nothing else. But if you cannot get new oxygen, like in an airtight elevator that stopped for some reason, yeah, things are not looking that well in that case. And yeah, brain damage can happen easily, and it can easily be permanent as well. Also, look at the chair the judge has. The design on it is pretty odd, isn't it? Let me check one thing, because I'm a bit confused about a thing. Huh. Well, that's odd. But yeah, of course, no one would be of sound mind when you are actually oxygen deprived. Makes sense. But basing on that makes no sense. Someone shouldn't be tried for life in prison, even if they actually murder someone in an oxygen deprived state. It should be just kept natural that, yeah, under that duress and trauma, it would be natural to think that others are spending your air, your need of survival goes in front of them. Most likely, like, the people should be tried for a certain amount of therapy and maybe mental asylum for a while, because going over things like that is not easy, depending on the situation. And, well, hospital care. It should start with hospital care, because your brain most likely has damage. That was the case. Like I said, oxygen deprivation causes damage really easy. Perfectionist, and that's why he consumed his accent, so his speech pattern would be perfect, I assume. How can you be perfect in personal life? It would be horrible playing chess against Karma, because I can only imagine he would only accept games where he wins the fastest that's possible. So the game most likely would be reset every time, as long as the states that are meant for the game to end as fast as it can. So a certain moves have to be taken by both parties. Like, I see that the game would be reset until that happens. They're like, oh, well, that was a good game. I won flawlessly at the least amount of time as it's possible. And then you would never play chess again. Yeah. You actually acknowledge that it's a possibility. That's advancement, edgy boy. It should be. That's the point of the court. You are supposed to try to accurately determine is the accused innocent or guilty. That's your job. Yeah. Well, Karma doing what Karma does. Karma is doing everything just for the money. Because that's what a prosecutor that's in it for money would do, and that's what most of them do, so. Strange? Only a strange situation, you say? I find you being in a very serious and straining situation, not just strange situation. Yeah, you're not doing that well. But yeah, I think since we have talked all we can with Edgeworld, I think this is a good time to actually call it a stream. So we should have a full stream next time, going through the rest of the examination period and then the trial. And that will be the end of chapter 4. So let's put it there. So we had day 3 investigations. And pop. I wish that there would actually be the gavel there when you're saying quit the game. Like you get the gavel sounds in a very efficient manner on 3DS if you have the Ace Attorney theme from the theme shop, and I love it. I wish that the Switch would already get that feature, but I'm starting to think that it's not going to happen. Switch is not going to get themes because it should have happened already, especially if Nintendo states that Switch is halfway in its lifespan. And if by halfway point we don't have them, we might not have them at all. But okay, it took a long time for 3DS to get them, but it's a ready-made technique now, so why not utilize it? I'm surprised that there is so little that you can do with the overall theming on the device as it is now. I kind of wish that the Switch would get the stickers and themes from the get-go. Now I'm kind of wishing that there wouldn't be the stickers, because I didn't spend money on those. But let's just say I spent so much time on those. I don't want to do it again. It would be just complete horrid pain. But yeah. Well, since I've been technically prolonged and waiting that we can do a certain raid, so let's do that now, because I'm planning to join that stream after I have taken a small break. But we are going to raid Zen, because he's streaming the Contract Crusaders. Yay. But again, thanks for everyone joining. I hope you join me next time. Which, if you want to personally see me, it's going to be on Monday with more Blackstone Fortress. Then on Tuesday with most likely the conclusion of Bowser's Fury. And next Thursday, the conclusion of episode 4 on the first game in the Ace Attorney Trilogy. But tomorrow there is going to be an IM event, which is going to be Smash. So expect to see me there as well. But again, thanks a lot for everyone joining. We are reading Zenta when Twitch says it's ready. And again, thank you so much everyone for coming. Bye for now.